I would even do that. I mean,
that's what I was going to say. I think even we would do better. Christine Lazar, I'm sure, has a word for them. CBS LA Mornings at 9 starts right now.
This is CBS LA Mornings.
Well, now at 9 on CBS LA, flight restrictions are looming at 40 of the nation's busiest airports, but will it affect your holiday travel? We'll be speaking to an expert so you can know before you pack.
Plus, Target throws its hat in the ring for the cheapest Thanksgiving meal deal. See how much you'll pay for turkey, mashed potatoes, and all the sides.
Plus, it's time to turn down the temperature or not. Doctors dig into why women prefer steaming hot showers while men tend to like a cooler rinse. If I don't have at least a first-degree burn, am I even clean?
I agree. I like coming out feeling
nice and red.
And by the way, good morning, everyone.
Yes.
You're watching CBS LA Mornings at 9. It is Thursday, November 6th. I'm Rachel Kim in for Jamie Yukis.
And I'm Sheba Turk. Thank you for joining us. Our Kcal Dt is live this morning at our food drive in industry where every donation counts. Kcal Dt, good to see you showing us behind the scenes of how this all works to help people in need.
Good morning, you guys. Sheba, be careful with that shower. I'm just going to say that right away. But yes, we're doing so much good today. I want you to take a look at where I'm at this morning. We're at the LA Regional Food Bank in the City of Industry. And check out the volunteers. They are here. They're checking in. They're going to go through an orientation to then go inside and help sort some of the items out. Again, this is a drop-off, emergency drop-off donation drive that we've been hosting with CBS LA. For more information, go to cbsla.com/CBSLAcares. There's also a QR code that will be running on your screen so you can help donate, whether it be monetary or come on down and drop off some items. But I'm going to take you inside and we're going to talk to one of the volunteers coming up in just a little bit. Ladies, back to you.
Kcal Dt, thank you so much. All right, we do want to get a look at your Thursday forecast. Let's get over to meteorologist Paul Deanna with that.
Good morning, Paul. We have this issue still ongoing in Jefferson Park. This has been here since 2 o'clock this morning. It's a deadly crash investigation eastbound 10 at Arlington Avenue. Just the right lane blocked off at this point. They've reopened everything else, but you are still seeing delays through the area, so plan ahead. Eastbound 10 right now, 17 minutes from Robertson to the 110. It's also affecting the westbound side, 57 minutes now on the westbound 10 from the 5 over to Cloverfield heading into Santa Monica. We also have delays still in the Sepulveda Pass, really slow southbound. You can see it here on our next traffic camera. That is a 55-minute ride from Roscoe over to Sunset, heading down into the rest of LA, and not too bad on the 5 freeway northbound. Still slow as you approach 605, then it opens up heading into downtown, and the 105 west still slow through Linwood heading towards the 405. Ladies, back to you.
Robert, thank you so much. We are hearing about breaking news out of Texas. Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland died earlier this morning. The Frisco Police Department issued a statement saying Kneeland died from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Frisco Police and the Texas Department of Public Safety say they were in pursuit of Kneeland, who fled on foot after a crash. He was found dead soon after. Team officials issued a statement calling the 24-year-old, quote, a beloved teammate.
Very sad news.
Yeah.
The federal government's record shutdown has forced the Federal Aviation Administration to cut 10% of flights at 40 major airports beginning tomorrow. LAX and Ontario airports are on this list. TSA agents and air traffic controllers have not been paid for 2 consecutive weeks because of the shutdown. Many of them are calling in sick, creating these staff shortages. Now, passengers we spoke to say it's frustrating, but they understand.
Feel bad for people not getting paid. Nobody wants to work for free, but essential jobs are essential. We have to have them, and I wish they would hurry up and fix this.
Well, this shutdown is affecting 13,000 air traffic controllers and more than 50,000 TSA agents. Flight cancellations are expected to be gradual, 4% by tomorrow, 10% total by next week. And to talk more about the larger effects of these flight restrictions is Sean Cudahy. He's the senior aviation reporter at the Points Guy. Sean, thank you for being with us.
And Sean,
Good
how
morning.
long? Yeah, welcome. Sean, how long do you think these flight restrictions will last?
I think that's the million-dollar question at this point, and it really hinges on the question of how long this government shutdown is going to go on at this point. I mean, we're obviously at the longest shutdown in history, kind of in uncharted territory with both the shutdown and now with these, cancellations. It's hard to remember a time when we've seen, in recent memory at least, when we've seen the FAA impose such sweeping restrictions that, certainly, as this heads into next week, we're going to see thousands of daily flight cancellations.
Wow, yeah, and that thousands really hits home. I think sometimes percentages get lost on people, but 10% of all of these flights actually is a lot and will probably change people's travel plans heading into the busy holiday season.
Yeah, and tomorrow, 2 weeks from tomorrow, really kind of marks what airlines consider to be the unofficial start of the Thanksgiving travel season. And by all accounts, it was expected to be a record-breaking Thanksgiving travel season. So, if I were planning to travel this weekend into the coming weeks, I would certainly be glued to my airline app, to my email. Make sure the airline has all of your up-to-date contact information. That way, if your flight is affected, you'll be able to kind of get that first alert type system.
Yeah, and we want to ask you, do refund rules still apply for severely delayed flights? And what else can passengers do to stay empowered in this situation?
Yeah, so the federal refund rules do still apply at this point. So if your flight is canceled or significantly delayed, 3 hours for a domestic flight, 6 hours for an international flight, you would be owed you're entitled to a refund under federal policy if you choose not to travel. If you just say, you know what, I'm going to stay home, maybe I'm going to take a different airline, book kind of a backup flight, take a train, take a drive to my destination, you would be owed a refund if you decide not to travel. If you do accept rebooking from the airline, unfortunately, you would not be owed a refund under that situation. So yeah, definitely those rules still apply. And also we're seeing some airlines put in place more, kind of flexible refund rules.
Sean, what are you hearing from people in the travel industry? I think for us, if you were thinking about traveling for Thanksgiving or Christmas, you already kind of have some anxiety. It's already a difficult time to travel. This feels like chaos. Is that what people are thinking this is going to be?
I think that kind of remains to be seen. If the shutdown were to end tomorrow, I think there's still some hope that we could have a relatively smooth sailing Thanksgiving, although we have heard some industry leaders point out that, even if things were to end here in short order, the government were to reopen, there could still be some lingering disruptions over Thanksgiving. I mean, we're talking about weeks and weeks and weeks now without pay for these air traffic controllers who were already working, 6-day weeks, 10-hour days, mandatory overtime. So just a really kind of difficult situation that, this government shutdown has put our travel industry in.
Absolutely. And as difficult as it is for travelers, you do feel for air traffic controllers and TSA agents who are not being paid. Sean, thank you so much for being with us. Well, with so many families feeling the squeeze from the shutdown and layoffs, CBS LA Cares is stepping in to help. Yeah,
we're holding a food drive this morning in the City of Industry and other locations. And our Kalina Strinos is live at our food drive in Industry, where every donation counts. How's it going so far, Kalina?
It's going so well. I'm still in the volunteer section where we have volunteers checking in. They're going to go through an orientation, but look at how many people are here. They're going to help sort out all the items that have been donated today. And then, of course, later on, they'll be distributed out. We're at the LA Regional Food Bank, like you mentioned, the City of Industry, for a big day for us. CBS LA Cares. We want to help people because so many people have been impacted by so many different things lately. And so there's an influx of people who need that help. So anything you can do to help, whether it's dropping off a donation today to any of the different locations that we do have. The LA Regional Food Bank warehouse, which is where I'm at. We have another food bank warehouse in Los Angeles. There's Food Share in Ventura County. We also have Second Harvest Food Bank in Orange County. And there's so many items that they're in need of. We're going to go through that in just a second. But I pulled out a volunteer to talk to. We have Art over here with me this morning. He's a regular volunteer. He's been volunteering here for about 7 years. He says he's retired. I don't believe him because he looks like he's my age, but you're retired, and this is what you do.
Yes, I'm retired, and I am 79 years old, and
I didn't believe him when he said that.
yeah, and I decided that when I retired that I wanted to spend my time giving back to the community instead of going out and walking the dog or playing golf like a lot of my other friends. But it's you get back more than what you give, and working with really great other volunteers here, it's really a pleasure, and we need it here in Los Angeles, definitely.
You've mentioned before you went on air or on camera that you've seen personally people who are in need in your community, friends that you know. Can you talk a little bit about what they're going through?
Yes. At one of the other regional, not regional, but local food banks out in Pacoima, I volunteer at a couple days a week there. And the people line up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We don't open till 9. And we are one of the receivers of food from the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank, by the way. And so I get to see the same people all the time, which is really depressing, but, you know.
You're here to help all of them, which I think is great. And your volunteering is so, so important. And we thank you so much for everything you do and everyone in this room. We ran out of time already, but I'm going to take you, when we go in there and you're sorting all the items, I'm going to talk to you again to get more information about you, your life, why you want to do this, which is so wonderful. But again, go to cbsla.com/CBSLA-CARES. There's a link to all the locations, all the items that they're in need of, and the monetary donation too, because we need the money and we need to help as many people as we can. So I'm going to take you inside in just a bit, but for now, ladies, back to you.
Yeah, shout out to all the volunteers out there doing great work.
It's very touching to hear what they are inspired to help as well. All right, thank you, Kcal. It's 9:10 now. Coming up on CBS LA Mornings, a deadly accident in the Bay Area sparking out